Hello, this is AHappySeeker, and this is my commentary for my kiln guide on the XP Waste into Bit forums. Right, okay, so without further ado, yeah, all the gear and inventory setup is explained in the guide, so go read it if you haven't already. I won't bother going over that here, except a few details like Carol's bow and that kind of stuff. I'll mainly be covering the stuff that isn't really explained that clearly in the guide, as well as my wave-to-wave method. So first wave, just pot up, stand in the southeast corner, storm of armadillo equipped, go for the little melee. When the ranger spawns, immediately switch to rapier or rapier or that was pronounced. Don't lynch me, please. And just kill everything in turn. You want your Titan attacking something different to you, preferably at all times. In this case, prioritize the melees, since you have higher DPS on the rangers than those things. Unless you're using Storm, which costs money, costs a tick to actually target. It's just quite unwieldy overall. Ideally, that melee should be dead by now, but I fucked up, so this wave kind of took a lot longer than it should have. So pick up the Invuln Crystal, go to the corner. I don't even know why I picked these up, but I don't even use them. But yeah, pick up the Invuln Crystal, go to the corner, do the same thing again, and just enjoy the next 3 waves. These ones are easy. So Storm of Armadillo, once overcome any lag you may experience like that, switch to melee, go for this ranger, then run north, get your Titan attacking something fresh, whenever possible. I get to save you some tactics, vice versa. And most importantly, make sure it's doing something at all times. The key to a fast kiln is good Titan usage. You see, so much of a DPS comes from your Titan. I did this on curses and still managed to do it in 39 or 40 minutes. You'll see it on the Titan timer at the end with 24 minutes remaining on it. So, hold on a second. Yeah, so Rigor and Augury, they don't make that much of a difference. It's 2 to 3 minutes at the most. But use them if you can. They make it a lot less effortless. It's still not exactly difficult because we're going to use no booze via this method. Okay, wave 3, same thing again. Just set your Titan on something different to you. Make sure it's attacking something fresh. Make sure it doesn't overkill too much. And that's it, really. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Don't bother using Dread Nips on these waves. Everything dies so quickly anyway. That's just not worth the effort, I think. Right, okay. Wave 4. I'm mainly just going to be spawning on this wave, so prep your range gear and your Titan, scroll it, and then select the attack command with your mouse hovering over where the mage spawns. This means that you can just double click it and your Titan and yourself will automatically stick to it. The reason for that, since you need to actually be in combat to set a Titan, is because there is actually a tick's worth of delay before the attack command goes through. So what happens is the mage spawns, a tick passes, the mage attacks you, and on the same tick as the mage attacking, the command for the Titan to attack goes through. So yeah. It's like as if they're you're on combat to begin with. Okay, wave 5. This was a bit of a pain in the ass. I used to kite in and out of the deal's aggro range while meleeing the rangers, but that's a complete pain. I don't want anyone to do that. So just stand here instead, Titan Dread on the deal, switch to Storm of Armor, and kill the northwest ranger with it. Killing up the deal, and then just mob out everything else on the map. It's This is a much easier method than my old one, much less APM intensive. Mage crystal. These things will be your best friends throughout the course of, well, any kiln you do. You'll see why later on if you've never done a kiln before. This way, range spawns, so don't attack it with Titan with hold up click, because I want it on the mage as soon as it gets into the game. You should rest your crystal after you obble once your prayer gets low. Don't worry about your HP. You have way more than enough HP to go around. Even if you're using like Gano or Arim along with Royalty High, it's nothing will damage you if you pray properly and stand in the right places. You'll see here, like I don't even use a single dose of my brew. So if you're using inferior gear, maybe bring an extra brew if you're not too comfortable, and just use that when you need to. I guess. No big deal. When you've done as many of these things as me, you will become incredibly casual about it. It's kind of sad that was technically like the greatest PvE challenge of the games, and reduced to a matter of standing in the right place and murdering everything in 2 seconds. Okay, do the double-click Dreadnought thing, which is basically having a Dreadnought equipped prior to something spawning, double-clicking with your Titan into your attack, and getting your Dreadnought on straight away. This is a lot faster than doing it any other way. I ran out of spec at this point. I really shouldn't do that. It's an amateur mistake. Yeah, liberal use of some bots. 6 is just about enough for the entire kill if you're specking every single attack. And getting a good amount of Helm Scrolls in the right ways. It allows for a bit of laziness. You can get by with 5, but I don't like it. And I must emphasize this: laziness is an incredible valuable resource to take advantage of. Or should I say allowance for laziness. I'm sorry, spastic. I'm too early in the morning for this. 7 AM right now. Yeah, you end up tanking a few hits from the mage using my method, but it saves you a lot of running around compared to starting on the ranges, and it's nearly dead by the time the ranger reaches you anyway. You don't use any brews anyway, so you might as well save yourself a couple of steps. Okay, for the next wave, go to the northeast spawn point. Do the entire double-click Titan thing, and then run south immediately. This will make all the ones spawning on the west side of the map congregate in the middle, where your Titan will be in position to spec every single one of them, like so. Just a second. There we go. Beautiful. Right, jab wave. Okay, I do actually end up lagging quite a bit during this kill. It's probably the universe's way of telling me that I probably shouldn't attempt anything that requires me to rely on internet connection. So you'll see a pretty sketchy. A couple of press switches against the numerous jabs, as well as octopus boss towards the end. Becomes more noticeable in the double jab wave and everything else towards the end of the kiln. Yeah, the reason I use the position I do is because you want to be right on top of the jab when it spawns. Otherwise, you have to wait for it to run towards the middle rock, and that takes ages. You can save yourself a lot of time just by standing southwest and basically sitting on it, so you can attack it as soon as it appears. The ranger gets automatically trapped on the southeastern wall anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Same with the mage in wave 20. So you're not going to take any damage from that. The method that I used to use is standing in the middle and storming jab while tightening the ranger, but effort. Okay, this way, major spawn around, stand in the middle, tighten, dread it, blah blah. Not going to bother going through this with you. And once again, keep the Titan attacking something fresh. Must make use of all its DPS ultimates. It has a lot of that stuff. Never have enough DPS. In case you haven't noticed by now, by the way, I am not actually using my Darrock armor. Just meleeing weird. So this is because I actually borrowed Panics from a friend of mine. So I have 2 sets of LP boosting armor. I don't want it to drop to 990 randomly, for no reason at all. So I might as well just melee in it and pray against whenever you're fighting. The amount of damage you take to your person is negligible anyway. So why bother giving a damn? Right, and as you can see, I've just activated a range crystal. This thing is absolutely insane. Carol's crossbow, to begin with, is about 15% more damaging over time than a chaotic crossbow with runite bolts. So I'll let you do the maths, like factoring out the diminishing returns from accuracy, which is the chaotic's main advantage of Carol's. It becomes about 25% more damaging than a chaotic crossbow when you have a range crystal active. That is the reason to use it for kills. There is no reason whatsoever to use a chaotic. If I ever see you doing it, I will be very, very angry. Please don't do that. I don't like being angry. I'm called AHappySeeker for a reason. I don't know why I bothered putting that dread nip on the mage. Same thing as last wave. If you notice, I'm standing on that, the visibly darker set of rectangles. Visibly darker rectangle. This puts you within a 1 tile distance for dread nipping the God, how do I do words? I've forgotten. For dread nipping the mage when it spawns. Normally, you should position a Titan better than me, so it doesn't have to derp around like spastic to actually reach the mage to attack it. That's not really hard, but just get it to stay behind you, basically, move around until it does that. And then we move a tile up. The mage in the east is actually trapped at the beginning of that wave, so you have to move a couple of tiles up for it to actually reach you. Next wave, ranger spawns. Your range crystal is still active, so don't bother meleeing the ranger with 50 melee stats. So just range it. It's not too bad. You have your Titan helping you anyway. And you'll be able to kill it before the mages reach you. If not, switch to prey mage, after a couple of attacks, before your second Titan spec, and move down. Get Titan to keep attacking keep attacking the ranger while you start on the mages if that happens. Damage you take should be manageable. does it go faster? I just speed this up for you, but I kind of can't be bothered to use any video editing software. I'm just using Movie Maker for this. Call me lazy. Range crystal still active, so go for it again. Range it, tighten it, tighten it, and yeah, let it do work. Same as last wave, just a couple of extra mages spawning. Nothing to be worried about. In fact, it's a welcome. It's a welcome addition, because if you don't know how helm scrolls work, if you have your helm charged with summoning scrolls, there is I think it's like 5% chance of a helm scroll activating every time you're attacked. And these helm scrolls, they don't consume Titan spec, so you basically get free specs. It'll consume a scroll, but it doesn't cost any spec, which is excellent. It's what lets you Titan all the things all day long in the kiln. So if you can, keep everything alive until the very end, where you just suddenly go on a rampage and kill everything within a couple of attacks. I don't bother doing it because it's effort, but the advantage of that is obvious. You keep more things attacking at once, more chance for free Titan specs, more DPS. Range crystal finally wore off. Use the resto crystal. Use the constitution crystal. That'll heal you full, and bring your max up. So you'll get another heal later when your constitution returns to normal. So that's pretty much all the healing you need. For this wave, just run towards murder the ranger, run towards the middle. Murder the melee when it's still trapped, then get the Titan on mages. It's not complicated. Oh, person to correctly guess what can of soft drink I'm drinking gets 1 mil. Magic crystal, no. You're going to be using this one on wave 21. I'll remind you again when the time comes. This wave can be a bit tricky, because what I'm doing is, as I said, I'm praying against everything while wearing Virtus and Pernix. Now the problem with that is that it doesn't have much range defense, so I'm trying to trap the ranger that spawns LVs behind the rock. Unfortunately, I'm bad at this game, so I kind of fucked up this time. But if you move towards the middle a little bit later than I did that run, the mage spawning in the middle is actually going to stand just to the west of the middle rock and maging you, which traps the ranger behind the middle rock, and keeps it out of harm's, keeps it out of the way until you've killed the mages, so you can adequately pray against it. If you're using Torwa, or if you're using Gano or Aram and Bandus or Barrows, then feel free to switch into melee armor, run down, stab the ranger in the face. My method is strictly for Virtus and Pernix users. Okay, another Dill wave. Dill spawns northeast, so once again stand at this spot, 2 south, 1 west of the northeast rock. What this does is it traps the Dill, since it's 3 tiles wide. But wait, hold on a second. Is it 3 tiles or 2 tiles? No, it's 2 tiles wide. Regardless, it traps the Dill. But still has enough room to allow your Dreadnought to reach it, even if it spawns north of you. Whereas standing snug to the wall is going to get your Dreadnought trapped if it does that, because these things are fucking retarded. Rest of the wave, not complex, just mop everything up, keep attacking something fresh, blah blah. Make sure there's very little overkill possible. Don't keep attacking something after it's died, especially if there's a spec waiting to be fired, because unless the Titan acquires a new target, it tries to keep attacking the old one, even if it doesn't exist anymore, so the spec is just going to fizzle out of existence. Still going to consume your spec bar, still going to consume the scroll, but it's just not going to do anything. Not an ideal situation. It's nice to get the Titan on the northwest one, so you don't have to run around too much for your deal, and your dread nib. Now I actually fuck up here and misclick like a spastic. So don't be like me. Be good at this game. I find it kind of annoying that you can basically click through something's legs, click between them, and end up running past. Right, Jad Wave. I do range this Jad just to see what it's like. I've never really tried it before because my friend, who definitely knows what he's doing, assured me that it's not worth it. So I've just made it sometimes, and as you can see, well, I end up going through 2 dreadnips on this kill. I never go through 2 dreadnips on a Jad kill. And I actually switched my prayer too late for that. I kind of lagged a little bit and ended up changing a tick late. But I still didn't get hit though, not bad. Also, if you're inexperienced with Jads, don't soul split them like I'm doing. It's not worth the risk. Or if you're lagging, of course. Second dread nib. Excellent. Yeah, the combat triangle is meant to apply in the sense that every Jad that spawns has the weaknesses of the monsters that it spawns with on waves 1 to 30, but that's not really worth exploiting. Meleeing Jads is like 10 times riskier than ranging them or maging them, and Carol's crossbow just doesn't have enough DPS compared to Storm of Armadillo versus something like Jad. Wave 2 into it. May the fun begin. God, I fucking hate this wave. And we'll see what happens in a second. We'll be using the Mage Crystal to two-shot all the Goopy Lord melees. And what happens is a single Storm of Armadillo and a Titan spec will kill one of them. So that's what you want to use, a single Storm and a Titan spec. On every single one, there's a lot of target switching, there's a lot of clicking, they're also very small and kind of blend into each other's click boxes. Jagex doesn't like making this easy for us. But yeah, do it to the best of your ability. I don't really fault you if you don't. It doesn't really cost you that much time if you don't. It saves a lot of effort. So go for it if you want. But I try to do it to the best of my ability. I'm not very good at it. I still save myself a bit of time, just not as much as I should. Could. Probably should practice this, but I'm already on 7 mil per hour. And yes, that is how much speed killing earns you. 7 mil per hour. Trust me on this one. Somewhat insane. Right, for these waves, Goopy melees and the big melees take two hits with Storm of Armadillo and Mage Crystal, or 1 hit, 1 Storm, 1 Titan's bag. The medium melees, they most often take 2 hits, but sometimes take 3, which is annoying. So attack them to stop yourself from being idle while you wait for your Titan to finish off the little one and the big one. North Goopy Lord melee, same thing as last time, nothing new. Oh, I do have to mention, if your Titan is standing under a target, it has to walk in order to get into attack range of it. So try to focus on things that it's not standing on. There's a reason I left this one till last. and why didn't you bother waiting for the time to attack it? Ranger spawns, double click with Titan Spec and Storm, one shot it, then just switch to the melees. And done. Mage Crystal should still be active. It should run out like towards the end of the next wave. So once again, double click the Ranger that spawns on the northwest, and run towards the middle so that the mage gets trapped behind the middle rock, like so. You can only see one melee running up towards you. So the mage is kind of trapped behind the other melee, which is trying to walk past the middle rock like that. This leaves you free to, prey against that other ranger. I'm gonna storm this mage for a couple of hits because I still have the mage crystal active. Oh, it's just one off, so I'm gonna switch to range now. A lot of clicking. Activate the Constitution crystal for some healing in 3 minutes time. Don't know how to do that, but it helps. End up misclicking here. Could have gotten hit by melee just then. That wouldn't have been nice. I may have actually needed the healing if I did. Invuln Crystal. You can use these if you want. There are a couple of waves that they're used for. I don't use them. The same thing as last time. Like, murder the ranger, go to the middle rock to trap everything against it, and then pray mage while you murder everything. So if you do it early enough, the melees will end up, walking like this. If that fails, if it takes you a while to kill the ranger, just trap the melees against one of the mages. It's not difficult. I'll let you work out how to do that. Oops. Oh, I should really stop doing that. God, I wish I could speed this thing up. Oh, do excuse me, by the way, I'm not as charismatic as a brick when I'm talking to myself. Not exactly the best of commentaries. Whoops. I thought every failed prayer I make doesn't even get me hit. Okay, right, this wave, you have two options. You can stay northeast and just pray melee against the melees while the mage is trapped behind this little rock there. Or you can do what I do and run down and get your Titan to kill the mage while you kill the melees, which saves a lot of time. Saves a lot of ranging time. What you do is get all the melees to start walking towards you northeast while you're killing the ranger. When they're all on the north side of the map, run towards the safe spot over here and get them to run south, to move south towards you. This way they all get trapped on the rock against the side like that, and your Titan is in range to attack the mage while you go through them. And if you sync your attack with the mages, you can also soul split flash like I'm doing here for some extra healing. I'm splashing a lot, Jesus. You probably should be looking at each mage, but that's only like an 8.5% attack roll boost. It's not really worth the prayer, in my opinion, or the effort in clicking the icon. And yes, it is 8.5%. The leeches are mislabeled. Credit to Salazar of Dungeon Sweepers. Okay, this is a wave you can wait for. actually, most likely. Try not to lag like I do here. It doesn't help. It gets me hurt quite badly. But my Constitution crystal kicks in, which is nice. Okay, what you do is you stand in the middle, wait for the what are cardinal directions? Northwest deal to reach you. Tank one hit from it and get your Titan runs up for a spec. Immediately run right into the northwest corner where the mage is. Run under it, walk it 2 tiles away from the edge to trap the deal like I did, and range it from here. It'll die while you're killing the other deals. It doesn't normally die as quickly as it did here. Normally I end up ranging it while running out, in and out of the deal's aggro ranges, while my Titan specs them. And then killing like 3 deals by the time the mage is dead. But it's always nice when that happens. From here, just run in and out of the aggro ranges, kiting them while your Titan specs. Dreadnought, maybe roost them if you get lucky. See what I'm doing here. It takes a bit of skill to get used to this. APM is quite high, but if you've ever played a real game before, something that's not RuneScape, then you shouldn't have a problem with this. Dota players, I think, are going to love this. This method is a lot faster than waiting for the deals to trap themselves and then attacking them from a safe spot. It saves a lot of time, which is why I don't recommend any other method. But over here I derp massively hardcore because I forget that the Titan's trapped behind a middle rock. Like so. So it doesn't end up attacking for ages, and when it does, I derp some more, and you'll see what happens in a sec. Just don't be like me, don't be bad at the game. I think I had to run out of spec as well. Going well for me. Oh no, it doesn't affect me. I'm using Wind Rush here, by the way, because the armor battle staff provides free air runes, so you can Wind Rush your heart's content to keep aggro on the deal so that your Dreadnought can attack. You can also range if you want. No reason to, because you're going to have an armor battle staff. You're not one of those spasics who think that Polypore is as good as armor. Oh, I should probably explain what I did just there. If you stand 2 tiles away from like the outer edge of one of the melees, you can run under it while it's trapped without it attacking you. So what happens here is the 2 melees are getting each other stuck in the southwest corner, so you can stand under them and manage the other ones with Soul Split on, which is pretty cushy. I'll position this off now to get the Mage Crystal. That'll spawn in just a second. Jad Wave. For this wave you have a couple of options. You could use the scary method, like the one that I use. Stand here, pray against Jad while tanking the melee. They're not going to hurt you much. You're going to have Soul Split. You can Soul Split all the damage that they do to you back. So, whatever. Or you can just stand in the northeast Jad safe spot and wait for them to trap themselves. That takes time and it's annoying, and your Titan can't attack Jad, and it's just suboptimal overall. And look, lag again. Oh my god, so annoying. So I should have gotten hit by range just then, which would have been disastrous actually, if it coincided with a melee hit. So I didn't. Pretty lucky bastard. But it would be nice if I just didn't lag in the first place. Sketchy. Yeah, my Titan actually stops attacking it because I forget to reload its spec, which kind of defines the point of using my, my Wave 30 tactic in the first place. And look, fucking lagged again! Got hit by range. This isn't good. If I was using Ganon, I probably would have died by now. Oh no, that's a lie. But the sentiment's still there. Makes me mad, seriously. Splashing a shit ton. Right, okay, next wave. This one is simple. Just get your Titan to attack everything once, call it to retarget, and just mow everything down with melee. Make sure you have them spec, of course. Question mark? Okay, for this wave, 4 melee spawn in the corner. Stand here, you'll trap all but the northeast one. So you can save yourself some prayer if you want to. It doesn't really matter. You can be a boss and tank them all. The main advantage of this is that the Titan doesn't end up walking under any of the melees, so it doesn't spend a lot of time spazzing around looking for a target. And you can get through it pretty quickly with, with the Titan helping you out like that. See? Pretty good. Wasted a spec there, which I shouldn't have done. So I've only got like 1 dose of sunpot left from my initial 6. And also, if you're not using as many sunpots as I am, you're not specking enough. So sort yourself out. Simple wave again, just kill everything, usual Titan procedure, blah blah. Boring. You can actually, pardon me, stretching. You can actually, I read this technique on Guidance Vibes. I can't remember his name, but I'll add him to my credits list in the description when after I record this. But yeah, you can actually pick up the range crystal from one of the waves before and use it on this wave, and then log out the next wave to cancel the crystal bonus when you need to activate a mage crystal. That will actually be extremely good. It'll give you a lot of extra DPS on these things. So yeah, do that actually. Oh, and if you're not as fast at clicking as I am, well, too bad. Right, okay, you're going to be, from now on you're going to have Mage Crystal active at all times, so switch into Weirtus and stay in Weirtus. Yeah, just activate it at the start of the next wave, two-shot all the little goobies, and then move on to the Jad. It's not complex. If you stand in the spot, the Jad and the Ranger will auto-trap, so it's all good. Went a bit early there. Look, it switched late again. Oh my god, I hate this game. And I forgot to activate Leech Mage, okay. And I forgot to set Dreadnip, and oh god, I'm bad. Why am I making a guide? Why? Okay, wave 35. This is where a lot of people struggle, but I have no idea why, because it's really simple. Stand west of the rock. Double click, Titan Storm, one-shot the ranger that spawns southwest. Two-shot the mage, pray against the... Not the mage, two-shot the melee, pray against the mage. Look at Jad, just walks up to the rock, goes derp, and stands there doing nothing. This is why this safe spot is godly. Credit to Smokey9112 for teaching me this. It's in his guide. His guide is good for people doing their first kiln, going for the cape. But if you're going for speed kilns, then a 50-minute kiln isn't really optimal. His guide is way too defensive for the max player with neck gear and soul split, or even just Gano and Royal D-Hide with decent levels. You don't need to be as cautious as most people are in this. Look at me, I'm balls out tanking everything and still using no bruise. be like me, but actually good at this game. That would help. Double jet, stand northeast and trap them both. You can just kill them one by one. It's not difficult. Once again, credit to Smoky 912. Look. Great, 700 damage. Fuck that. Fucking internet. This is why I need next gear for this. My connection is a goopy little cunt. It does this so much. It used to be even worse. I recently switched to different ones. I can use like Skype and stuff now, but it used to be the case where I don't have like a 20% chance of completing a kiln because I'd probably lag out one of the jet waves, or wave 28 or something. Okay, optics boss. This is once again like really easy. Just stand on one of these tiles, like directly south of the middle rock. This way you can see Harakin as it spawns on either side. The head, and just mage everything. Prioritize the mage tentacles since you're praying range. Soul Split Flash with Mage Crystal, you're probably going to 2 or 3 shot them. It's not complex. The Titan can do work as well. It does some serious damage against the tentacles. The head to a lesser extent. Right here I should have brewed, but fuck it. There we go, head spawns. Just, when the head's up, just attack it, pray soul split. You heal like 150 HP per soul split or something stupid like that, so... yeah. And it's pretty much impossible to splash, so the healing is pretty much assured. Well, the first time I got to Octopus Blast, I splashed about 5 times in a row on him for some reason, while the tentacles killed me. That made me mad. Alright, after the head submerges, stand there again, mage everything around you. It's just a matter of waiting for it to pop up and finishing it. This boss isn't difficult. Stand 1 tile away from the edge on the bottom. If you move like 1 tile west, then you won't be able to see the head on the east side, and same with moving to the east of the middle rock. So stay under the middle rock. It's a good rock. There we go. How convenient. I didn't really need to put the Dread Dip on. I already had it down to less than half health. But yeah, there we go. This was a AHappySeeker's guide on how to use Mage Crystals and not be completely spastic. So yeah, go buy some gear. You don't need next gear for this. It helps. It makes it really nice. Nearly AFK. But I did most of my kills in Gano or Aram, Bandos, Royal armor. It's a lot worse than Nex, but it's you can still zero burr it easily. Oh, and fuck this guy. Come on, look at this. This is free Agi XP. Yeah, that was let me check the Titan timer. Wait, did I check it already? I think it was 24 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, 24 minutes left on the Titan timer. That's 40 minutes in the kiln. 39 or 40 minutes, which is. But man, if I was using Gregor for that would have been a record kill. Fuck my life, right? Oh my god. Okay. And that's us done. Happy killing.